I hate to deliver you this bad news, but you come to me because I am going to be honest with you. And sometimes I tell you what you don't want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear so that you actually see results. And what I'm going to tell you now, I say it with a smile on my face, there is going to be some discomfort in the process of getting the last 20 pounds off. This little graph here describes human existence. 99% of human existence, as they talk about in a book called The Comfort Crisis that you don't have to read because I'm summing it up for you in 30 seconds right now, 99% of human existence was in discomfort. The part of human existence that we live in right now, where we have our Netflix and we have an automatic car starter because we couldn't bear sitting in a cold car waiting for it to heat up, yes, it's a great way to live, but it's made us so soft that we can't withstand any discomfort whatsoever. But here's the good news. Because 99% of our existence was in extreme discomfort, where we were hungry, we were cold, it was rainy, it was windy, because we were able to survive that, we are designed by nature to be able to survive and sit through discomfort. So the last 20 pounds is going to come with some discomfort, but you were built for it, baby. You are an animal just like all the other animals in nature that really have very uncomfortable, difficult existences. But we're so comfortable now that we can't imagine any discomfort, but you are built for it and you will survive getting these last 20 pounds off if you're willing to remind yourself that you're sitting with temporary discomfort for long-term benefit. Hey, if you're new here, I'm Healthy Emmie. I'm a weight loss specialist, a nutritionist, and the creator of the Slim program. You can watch this video, or you can just fast track your success, go right to the Slim program, get a custom meal plan, a workout plan, access to me to answer all your questions, a community to support you along the way. That's all linked in the description bar. And while you're on your healthy kick, make sure you're supplementing with my Slim supplements. Always consult a healthcare physician, but these are vitamins. They're vitamin B12 and vitamin D3. I designed them because I eat a plant-based diet and had to supplement with these, as does everybody that eats a plant-based diet, but I couldn't find clean ones, so I created these, linked down below. Until you accept that there is going to be some discomfort on this journey, you're not going to find success because you'll be unwilling to sit with the temporary discomfort and you'll turn to the snacking. Yes, when nighttime comes around and you decide that you are not going to snack because you have this goal and you want to reach this goal, it's going to feel uncomfortable. But what is hard now is easy later, and what's easy now is hard later. So it's hard to sit through those cravings right now. But I promise you, as somebody who used to eat everything and anything, who doesn't anymore, I do not crave those foods because your brain forgets what it's like to even taste them and have them. If you are struggling with cravings, something that's gonna make it way easier is using the mantra, replace, don't restrict. So for that nighttime, when you need that sweet treat, you need something that's just for you, this is where you turn to the Peak RE Foundation. This is a calming electrolyte. It promotes calm, rest, recovery. It is triple biomaxed magnesium, completely vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, and it honestly tastes so good. It reminds me of lemonade. It is a nice, sweet treat at the end of the day that allows you to sleep better, be more hydrated, be more well-rested, wake up feeling better. And then to start your day, this is the BT Foundation. It's a beauty electrolyte for youthful skin, deep hydration. And I wanted to mention this in this video because for a lot of people, when they lose those last 20 pounds, they say that their skin starts to look a little bit sunken in and they kind of can look older. You've got to get your hands on this. It improves elasticity, reduces fine lines. It gives you that youthful, dewy glow and deep cellular hydration. So you radiate, literally. You can get these linked down below. I have a 20% off code. Big shout out to Peak. I love you guys. Thank you for sponsoring this section of the vlog. Once we've accepted that there's going to be discomfort, we can move into step 2 here, which is no BLTs, no bites, licks, or tastes. Let me show you a little video that I filmed here. You have a coffee at 7 a.m., skip breakfast and have a handful of cashews at 9, skip lunch and have a handful of seeds at noon, have a half of a stale muffin that doesn't even taste good between meetings at 3, finish up work at 5, say that you haven't eaten anything all day, and have a handful of peanuts. This is 1,000 calories of mindless snacking that you didn't even notice. So my challenge for you for the next 7 days is to only eat things that you can eat when you sit down, have them on a plate with a fork and a knife. Haven't put this one on IG yet or TikTok yet because I just don't know if it's going to perform well, but hey, it's beneficial to you. So as you can see in this video, you think that you are eating perfectly healthy. I follow my meal plan. I exercise every day, but the little bits and bobs here and there do add up. As you saw in that video, they can add up to 1,000 extra calories. Nuts are so calorically dense, but they're healthy. I just pop them in every so often when I need something to tide me over until dinner. That is adding up and it's putting extra calories into your weekly calorie quote unquote budget, and that surplus or that maintenance is preventing you from losing weight. So when you commit to not having bite licks and tastes, it means that you are making a promise to yourself that you are only eating when you are sitting down at mealtime with a fork and a knife, with a plate, completely present with your meal. I have a boundary that I set with myself that I just don't eat standing up. And the reason why, and this is not like a rigid rule, it's truly not. It's a boundary that really benefits me because it ensures that I'm completely present with my food, I am in rest and digest, and I'm not rushing around eating things when my body's not focused on eating and digestion that are going to leave me bloated. But speaking to the last 20 pounds thing, for so many people, they are sneaking in so many calories that bypass their mindful eating mechanisms and abilities. We actually, as humans, have something called meal amnesia, where we are designed to forget the food that we ate. It's a survival mechanism so that we're encouraged to keep looking for food. So if I were to ask you, like, what did you have for lunch 6 months ago on Tuesday, the 3rd of August, you'd say, I have no idea. And that's because you were designed to forget what you ate so that you keep eating. So you've been snacking and you just don't know it. Number 3, once we have accepted that there's going to be discomfort, we are not snacking on anything. Oh, one more thing I want to say is in the Slim program, in the Slim app, we have the ability for you to take photos of what you're eating and log it into your journal. And I think that's a really great way to stay accountable because you're not going to want to log it into your journal if it's something that's not aligned with your plan. So check out the Slim app. And we have the option in there where you can take a picture and it will estimate the calories and the macros and the protein and the fat and all of that based on the picture, which is really cool. So number 3, you are going to follow what we call your plate builder every time you sit down to eat. If you have no idea what a plate builder is, I will link in the description. I have a completely free plate builder calculator where you fill out your information and what your goals are, and it's going to spit out for you exactly how to build your plate. I'm going to go over one of the most common plate builders that clients work with, which we call Plate Builder B. Plate Builder B, if you're a slim client of mine, you know what I'm talking about. Half of your plate is vegetables. I was talking to my mom about this recently. As Dr. Alan Goldhamer says, show me somebody who's overweight, and I'm going to show you somebody who is unwilling to eat copious amounts of non-starchy vegetables. Half your plate is vegetables. The other half of your plate is going to be made up of starch, a source of protein, and perhaps some healthy fats. The healthy fats thing is something you want to be a little bit more wary about. You don't want to be pouring tahini on every single meal that you have if weight loss is your goal because it is so calorically dense. But for starch, we're talking about potatoes, rice, oatmeal, sweet potatoes, quinoa, any sort of wet whole grain. You could even do pasta. And then for a source of protein, I always recommend plant-based protein. I'm plant-based myself. I'm a huge advocate for the plant-based diet, but I recognize that that's not going to be the right move for everybody. So I'm just gonna put protein here. And I would recommend plant-based protein like beans, peas, lentils, tofu, tempeh, seitan. They are a lot more heart healthy, they're gut healthy. They're a great source of fiber. If you are struggling with high cholesterol, it's better to switch over to plant-based protein, but that's not what we're talking about right now. The reason why I need you to commit to this for every meal is that you are only going to eat this if you are genuinely hungry. Because if somebody gives you like a piece of coffee cake in the afternoon, you're gonna be like, yeah, Yeah, I'll take that right now. But if somebody slides you over a plate of chopped up cucumbers, bell peppers, potatoes, some beans, only if you are genuinely hungry will you eat that food. So this is a great way to A, make sure that you have structure and you're not falling into the BLTs, to the bites, licks, and tastes. But also it's a great way to make sure that you are staying aligned and honest with your body's hunger and fullness cues. Step number 4 here is the rhythm and the method that we are going to use for weighing yourself. So I'm gonna recommend that you weigh yourself every day, but you look at the average from week to week. So weigh yourself every day. At the end of the week, add up all of your weights and divide by 7. That's going to be the number that we're going with, because your weight is going to fluctuate tremendously from day to day. And you absolutely cannot, look me in the eyes right now. If you're cleaning while you're listening to this, look me in the eyes right now. I'm serious. You absolutely cannot judge your weight loss or weight gain by looking at changes from day to day. I'll have some people who will celebrate because the weight is down one day, freak out because the weight is up the next, celebrate because it's back down the next. We are absolutely not going to do this when you are committing to losing the last 20 pounds, because your weight fluctuations from day to day have nothing to do with weight loss or weight gain, and have everything to do with hydration levels and sodium retention and hormones and food in transit. It's not related to fat loss. You actually can't see fat loss on the scale from day to day. You can only see it over time, comparing averages from week to week. So please make sure that you're taking the average from week to week, and don't I hate that I have to say this, but don't celebrate when the scale is one down one day from the next. The same way you won't freak out if the scale is up from one day to the next. You just have to stay committed to your goal. The next icon, I want to cut this out and frame this, because is this not the most beautiful, perfect, little cute icon you've ever seen in your life? It's a calendar. And the calendar here is representing the timeline that's going to take for you to lose the last 20 pounds. You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say here, but once again, I'm in the business of actually helping you, not just telling you what you wanna hear so that you genuinely see results. If you have 20 pounds to lose, we're gonna aim for this to take about 5 months. People say, what? My friend lost 20 pounds in a month. I'm sure they gained that 20 pounds back, and they're gonna be losing and gaining 20 pounds every month for the rest of their lives. If you can invest 5 months right now where we focus on losing 1 pound per week, you invest those 5 months, those 5 months count for less than 1% of your entire life. That accounts for, just quickly doing the math, somewhere around 0.4% of your life, those 5 months. So you can have 99.6% of your life. Give me 0.4% to actually release those 20 pounds, and then you never have to do it again. Think back to the years past. If in the years past there was some 5-month span where you actually dedicated yourself to doing this once and for all and taking it slow and steady and being fully committed, then you would have never had to do it again. Now is the time for you to actually do that. So we're focusing on 1 pound per week. So that's about 20 weeks, which is about 5 months. And you can use that calculation for however much weight you have to lose. The beginning might be a little bit faster. You might lose 2 pounds the first week. And then towards the end, you might be losing a half a pound or a quarter of a pound. That's totally normal. This is just an average. Bonus tip here is tip number 6, which is to join the Slim program. Can't you tell that that's an iPhone or an Android? We're available on both. But if you don't want to join the Slim program, then at least go get your free plate builder, because your free plate builder is going to get you started if you're unsure about joining the Slim program. But if you do want to just fast track your results and get a meal plan and a workout plan and say, okay, this is the 5 months I'm actually going to commit to this, then get in the Slim program. I will see you inside of there. I want to know what goal you're currently working toward. Leave that in the comments, and if you don't feel comfortable sharing that, then I want you to comment a blue emoji. I love you, honeys. I will see you in my next video.